Hi, my name's Tony Neary. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Olberding Brand Family, and I've been with United for a couple of years on the board. I think the important part of being a part of United and what we're doing there is just expanding the voices that are heard and seen in the design field. I think any field could use more different perspectives, and I think seeing that in the design and the marketing and advertising field is paramount. I think the most impactful part of United that I've seen so far in its infancy has been the awarding of scholarships in the design field. And we've given a dozen different students the opportunity to pursue their design career and made the financial burden just that much less as they continue through college, and giving them an opportunity to continue to pursue this career. I think that's been huge, right? We've all joined into that, raised the money, worked tirelessly to be able to make that scholarship happen. Great stuff done by Julie and other folks on the board. And we were able to award, again, 12 amazing design students the opportunity to continue. When you think about a collective coming together, what's the point? What does that word really mean? It means a lot of different voices and different perspectives coming together to work to a common goal. And when you think of the design field, you could imagine that each different design firm or ad agency is a competitor, right? We're all seeking to win different work from each other, from different brands. So there's a competitive nature to it, like any business. I think what's great about United is now you suspend that, and we're no longer in competition with each other. We're in a collaboration or a true collective. We're all coming together in a way to work together to grow the voices within this design field. And I think that's what's the beautiful part, is you cease competition and you really think collaboration. I think what I get out of United personally is expanding my community and expanding my network, right? The idea of meeting different people with different perspectives, come from different agencies, the students that we've met. I like to think about, we've said this word, we don't like the word networking, we think about building a community, right? And isn't that the beautiful thing? Isn't that what it's all about? I would say if you're thinking about how to have more diverse voices, how to expand the way that your staff is connected to different communities, if you're thinking about that at all, that would be the reason that you would want to join United, right? We're coming together so that we can share ideas and resources and build a bigger table, right? That's the whole point. So if you're talking about it, you're already in the mindset that, well, we know we need to do something. What is that, right? So rather than have inaction and just talking about potentially diversifying your workforce or what you're going to do to connect to a larger group in the community, maybe take a step, maybe actually join a collective of folks that are sharing those resources and talking about how to do that, putting it into action with scholarships and internships. So there's some momentum building, and now you need to pick up with the momentum. So that's what I would say. If you're considering that, now would be a good time to reach out to somebody in United and see what it's all about. Like any initiative, nothing is perfect when you first start. Nothing is all the way set. You're figuring it out. And there's, especially if you're in the design and creative community, you know that it's an iterative process. You know you have to try different stuff to find the thing that works. And then once you find that thing that works, you could build upon it and make it better. And then you could build upon that and make it great. That's where we're at. Right now, we're in the beginning stages of this. And it's in that we're figuring it out. And some really good things are starting to happen. So the last thing you want to do is now dial back the momentum. Now is when you lean in and you say, all right, let's figure that out. Let's iterate. Let's do the creative process with this group. And then let's see if we can make it good. And then maybe we can make it great. And then maybe we can make it really world class. So I'd say that's kind of where we're at right now. So if you're thinking about it, now would be the time to lean in. So imagine you're a student and you're thinking about this. You've heard some messaging. You've heard about United. Maybe you know somebody in it, or you just kind of glanced over it. You heard just a little bit and you're not really sure. How do you get involved? Why would you get involved? The oldest cliche ever is it's not what you know, it's who you know. But it's a cliche because it's true, right? So leaning in and building your network, getting connected to all these different folks who are in different agencies and different CPGs, different companies who are all sharing that creative mindset where we want to build a larger community, that consider that an open invitation, right? That would be the best thing you could do, is reach out and go, hey, I don't know anything. I don't know anybody, but I'd like to meet you. It's really that simple. And if you're nervous about it, don't be. It's an open door. It's welcome for you to come in and meet and network and build a group. And that's what it's all about. United is not just limited to students and agency owners, mind you. This could be for entrepreneurs. You could be starting your own brand, your own business, and you want to connect to a larger group of creative and marketing professionals. What a great way to similarly plug in and meet a completely different group and an expanded group of people that might be a great resource for you. And likewise, you may have something to offer too. So I would open this up to entrepreneurs, business owners. You don't just have to be within the creative field. This can be a network that can be extraordinarily beneficial for you and beyond.